State-based register for childcare workers will be up and running in weeks after alleged abuser Joshua Dale Brown was arrested. Australian Nanny Association's Lauren Brown joins us live now from Melbourne to discuss. Lauren, thanks so much for your time this morning. Now, I know you have been fighting for this for years. We don't have a date yet from the Victorian government, but does their commitment give you some confidence at least?
Hi, thanks for having me. It's definitely a start, but like you said, for years we've been trying to push for much more reform. And I do think Victoria is the golden standard for these systems. However, the Australian Nanny Association still wants to push for that to become a national peak body.
Is it really the golden standard given what we've seen, Lauren?
I think that the national body can have a wider reach in checking people that are crossing the borders, but I think there also needs to be more of a database cross-check between the police check system and the working with children check system.
I mean, it just seems as though the ball's been dropped on a number of occasions, right? This, what Victoria is proposing, will eventually become part of a desperately needed national register, as you've touched on there, but that was recommended by the Royal Commission into Child Sexual Abuse back in 2018 and never enacted. I mean, it seems as though this isn't a priority when it should be the #1 priority for all governments across the country.
I agree, and we've been waiting for something like this to become the forefront of conversations again. And now that we're here, I think this is the opportunity to make it count and really put some upgrades into these systems that are pretty archaic.
I mean, we're also talking about, you know, what you said before about the lack of communication between different centres, right? Previous internal investigations not passed on to other childcare centres where employees have then moved on to. It just seems like this is all a very big mess. Where would you start?
I think that I would evolve the Pro to Number register, which is something currently used in the in-home care sector, which is government subsidised nannies for people that can't register with childcare or can't access it. It's also in the family daycare sector at the moment. I think it's rolling that out to the wider nanny community and the childcare systems, because workers need to be tracked where they are on the ground, because someone can hold a working with children check, but there's no notification or alarm system when they are revoked of that, and that's where the gap is.
Well, we also saw all those massive working with children check bungles in Victoria, some lagging for up to 2 years, which is never good. So what would you say right now to parents who are anxiously watching on, who are enrolling their children in childcare centres right across Victoria and really right across the country? What would you say to them?
I think that they need to have the conversations with the centre staff. They need to trust their gut and have the right conversations with their children as well. But we talk about the nanny sector as well. Families are constantly on Facebook groups bringing strangers into their homes. So if you're looking at getting an educator in your home, we highly recommend going through someone like our agency members who adhere to the minimum check standards that are the same as childcare. Due diligence is everything, and parents need to educate themselves more on how to take those checks seriously.
So just give us quickly the checks that you do go through for everyone on your register.
Absolutely. Working with children checks, state-based, first aid and CPR certificates. Police checks are also very common for the higher end agencies. But I say this to families all the time, reference check. Get on the phone, cross-check the facts, have a genuine conversation with people who have worked with these individuals before. Don't rush that process. It's key.
Yeah, you can't be too careful these days. Thanks so much, Lauren, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Good advice. Business owners on the Gold Coast